There won't be another dart player in the world who has that colour scheme. Interesting.
76.
Not interesting enough.
Neil, you require 146.
But going double-double there, that was a bit wild.
He's going to get a couple more upon his return to get his first leg on the board. There's 9 darts that are double so far in this contest, Peter Achuri. Double 4. Yields the first leg of the week. Back to 2-1, but Duff, having got the break in the opener, still holds the cards in this contest. But I definitely think within 5 years we could see a Kenyan team there. It wouldn't surprise me if before too long there would
54.
possibly be an African
68.
qualifier, so maybe to join South Africa at the World Cup. Because I feel like the direction of travel, particularly with that tournament, you see the likes of Argentina, you see other nations get success through the qualifying system, that we'll see a little bit more of that. And we're definitely going to see a fair bit of that from Neil Duff this week, as he pins a double 12 to open up a 3-1 lead. From that point onwards, Neil Duff has really taken command of this contest. Average just under 90, 3 from 10 on his doubles. Been a real professional display from the Duff man.
85.
I couldn't agree more.
Neil, you require 76.
Couple of maximums. Doubles. Missed a few. Well, doesn't have to miss many more.
Double 4. For leg 4. And Neil Duff is off to a winning start. The 4-time weekly winner gets a win against Peter Achuri.
Don't do it on Saturday night, though, if you get there. It's catching. Single 16 doesn't want to be found on Monday morning.
But going the 16's way, it means that a miss either side of the wire gives you an opportunity for the second dart. McDonald wasn't able to utilise that. Has left himself at a double, but Mambi for the break. Looks at double 10. Gets the double 10.
Second leg, Charlie Mambi.
Gets that break that he wanted. 2-0 to the good and in full control of the contest.
Had a bit of trouble on tops in this game. He's missed 6 darts at double. And he could still be 3-0 up.
99. Charlie, you require 40.
He's been afforded those opportunities because his power scored a bit better than his opponents. Tops has not worked for him up until that point.
Mambi.
Because of 2 legs pied, missed tops inside, found the double 10 when he ran for cover.
Charlie, you require 167.
Does that mean we're going to have 3 Henrys in the building this week? Are we going to have 3 perfect darts to finish?
142. Ronan, you require 104.
I couldn't get it last time. Needs the treble to keep this shot alive and the match.
92.
Not to be, so Charlie Mambi comes back looking at 25 to complete what has been quite a polished display. Double 8. Gets the job done and gets it done with a 14 darter, saving his best leg for last. That was a real controlled, calm performance. Jitka Sisarova. 5-2 in the final.
Is that your best Czech accent?
45.
Somebody somewhere in the world, there is a Czech version of Henry Deacon.
Game shot in the 4th leg.
Well, that 11 darter, we've seen those over the years, but that was a beautifully crafted leg from Pulson.
Alain de Graaf on a couple of occasions. Now, here's a player whose name we haven't heard of in a while. Karen Krappen. Won it 3 times.
Yeah, good player, Karen.
180.
Of course, Karen means something very different these days, doesn't it?
137.
Somebody who complains vociferously. Well, Adam's not going to complain if he takes this leg. Could be 13. Could be 14.
Game shot
14, he banks.
Adam Gavlas.
And Adam, what was that eye roll all about? That was a wonderful dart. What more could you possibly ask for?
To throw first. Game on.
Which is right on his seasonal numbers in the Nordic and Baltic stuff that he plays on a regular basis.
45. Adam, you require 56.
So to wrap it up, 56 points for Adam Gavlas to complete a 4-2 win to kickstart his week. He's going to get 2 darts in his hand, a double top.
Game shot.
And 2 darts in hand was all he needed to complete a 4-2 win. And Adam Gavlas is off the mark. He gets a win in his debut game here at the MODUS Super Series. He gets the better of even Pulson, who had that 11 darter. Come the World Match Play in Blackpool, which takes place at the end of July. Charlie Mambi, by the way, still not dropped a leg so far to date. Won 4-0 against Ronan McDonald.
57.
And is
Charlie,
70 points 70. And 6 darts in hand away from a 2-0 lead against 4-time weekly winner Neil Duff.
Game shot.
He's not missing much.
Charlie Mambi.
And that is 30 darts for the first couple of legs here from Charlie. Champagne's on ice.
The leg, it's Neil to throw first. Game
But
up.
it's bubbling up nicely.
But he gets given that avenue to be able to grow and develop into the player we think he's going to be.
54. Charlie, you require 60.
He's going to make mistakes. He's a human being. But at this, he's just a little bit better than some. And look at the angles there.
Mambi.
To have won the game. If that was the case, his winning legs would have been to a combined average of 100.2.
83.
But this has been another really
Charlie,
good
you
display.
require 32.
And the signs at this present moment in time are looking kind of ominous for Charlie Mambi.
Game shot.
Gets over the line.
Match, Charlie Mambi.
In 14 darts, so that's another really handy display. Average just under 91.5, 50% on his dumping. That was a really good contest. Just one of the legs in that one. I needed the max because now he's not on a finish. So Pulson will be back for 76 to take the opening leg. What pressure can Muri apply?
125.
Oh, he
Ivan,
could apply a lot of
76.
pressure. Leads himself 60 after 12. Pulson to take the opening leg. Double 8.
60.
Not this time, and so
PG
Muri
requires
returns
60.
for the breaker throw. And the way he starts stand up, I was going to say that 60 isn't a bad finish, but it is a bad finish if you missed a big number. But he only needed one at tops anyway.
Auria is to take that next level standard-wise. He can't afford to be missing double 4 by that margin twice.
7.
Got a discussion point on this in the next leg.
You require 4.
Muri looks for 2-2s to make it 3-0.
Game shot in the third leg.
3-0 it is. He gets a double break. And I just wonder with Peter, because of everything that's happened, and he's done a lot of things which have caught the eye, and particularly on the internet that's caught the eye.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
Well, he's 66 points away here from completing
55.
a 4-2 win.
Requires 66.
And to get his first win of the week on the board. It's a 4-2 defeat in his opener to Neil Duff. Looking to reverse the scoreline here. And he's going to get a match dart at tops to do exactly that. And he only needs one dart at tops to get his first win of the week. Peter Muri is on the board. He gets the better of Ivan Pulson by 4 legs to 2, and he looks a very relieved man.
Ronan, you require 155.
Gavlas has left himself on double 12 again. And if McDonald's not careful, the only way he's going to pick up a leg is if he goes to the chicken shop.
Yeah. $131.
That's much
Adam,
better.
You require 24.
Ask the question. Put your opponent under pressure. But he's got the answer once again.
Second leg, Adam Gavlas.
You want to put anything past this man. But you'll put the 1-4-3 past him now. Ronan McDonald.
107. Ronan, you
There's
require
3 darts
40.
at tops to get his first leg of the day, and he'll want this sooner rather than later.
Game
and that'll be a big relief for him. You can see it's a big relief for him. He's off the mark in week 6. We'll get the phone call, and if the truth be told, probably would get the phone call because it's going to take some special effort to dislodge that average, particularly over the course of 29
40.
games, as Gavlas looks at tops after 12.
Game shot in the fourth leg.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with his
Gavlas.
doubling. 3 out of 3. Everything at the top of the board. Everything in a primary double sense. Everything red.
He's himself on 56 after 12. Average dips just below the ton mark. 3 from 3 on his doubles
28.
and looking to round this
Adam,
off.
you
It'll be
require
for
56.
a second consecutive victory. It'd mean that so far it'd be a table split up into a couple of portions.
Game shot
Faultless
and
on the
match,
doubles.
Adam
4
Gavlas.
from 4 on his finishing. Adam Gavlas with a performance befitting of his CV. An average just under 99. Perfect in terms of his doubles. Ah, Lady Gaga reference. I get it. Well done.
100. Neil, you require 101.
Well, for 3-0. Neil Duff is in cruise control of this contest. And a
Game
ton
shot in the
plus
first leg,
check out to
Neil
the
Duff.
catalogue. 3 from 3 on his doubles. Legs 1 in 15, 14, 15.
Of not needing the bull.
Well, the key to this game was Neil Duff getting off to a very quick start.
40. Neil, you require 32.
44 darts for the first 3 legs. Saw him
Game
race
shot
into a
and the match,
lead
Neil Duff.
and has seen Neil Duff win his second game of the week. A really good display, but how handy can Charlie leave it here?
63. Adam, you require 80.
He could even go tops again if he wants. Way too smart for that. Double 5 to keep Mambi at bay.
Game shot in
Superb.
the third leg, Adam Gavlas.
What more can you say about the way he's playing in the last hour?
The cap on it just
Charlie, you
yet.
require 153.
Wow, double 18.
135.
He gave it everything. Full credit
Adam,
to
you
him as he
require
eyeballs the
28.
double 18.
Well, that's the first start Charlie Mambi's had at a double in this contest.
Game
And it's the
shot
only one he's
and the
going to
match,
get.
Adam
Because
Gavlas.
Adam Gavlas with another ruthless display, averaging the end in excess of 101. And he is playing to a level in which everybody else has to stand up and take notice. It was a 98 average in his previous game, backs it up with a 101, and he basically shut down Charlie Mambi. Long time. Alexander Merrick's.
You've been practicing rolling your R's, haven't you?
Well, I need to practice my R's, don't I?
100. Peter, you require
Of course,
96.
Andreas Harrison yet to see in this series.
Yes, lots of questions to be answered. Is that a marker or not? It
Game
most
shot in the fifth
definitely
leg,
is.
Peter Wachiri.
Did I just see a little bit of peacockery there from the Kenyan?
.32 left after 5 visits to take us all the way to a last leg decider.
94.
The last leg decider,
Ronan, you
which will
require
have the darts
32.
in, and it looks like he's going to have to make best use of it. Haven't seen a 4-3 yet today.
Game
But we
shot in the
have
sixth
now.
leg, Ronan McDonell.
Don't underestimate just how good that third dart was. That was a corker.
Ronan, you require
Until
32.
that single 9 was hit. Now we can't wait to move.
So he knows this is an opportunity to pounce.
No score.
Well, they are clipped close to the wire, but neither can find a way through, and so
Peter,
Peter
you
Maturi gets a
require 8.
third chance to win this game.
We're sure he's smiling already. It's like he knows he's going to hit this.
Game shot.
He was right.
And the match, Peter Wachiri.
Well, a mix of emotions on the stage as the king is smiling right now. And obviously, he wants to give Ronan a hug, but he doesn't want to take one.
Charlie, you require
Open up a
143.
2-leg lead. Got the break in the previous leg. Looking to back it up here, not to be on this occasion. So Pulson back for 105 to make it on as even.
83. Ivan, you require 105.
Double 16.
Game shot in the
Impressive.
fourth leg, Ivan Springboard
Great, great shot and much needed. I think there's been enough risk in this leg. It's time to get it finished, Charlie.
Pulson. 83.
Otherwise,
Charlie, you require
Springbok
16.
Pulson can take the sweets out of your pocket.
We're looking to find himself in a sweet spot in this match.
Game shot the
3-2
fifth
up.
egg.
What a
Charlie
dart that
Mambi.
was.
Require
When
149.
we say this place was built by players for players, we mean it.
Well, Mambi will return 3 ball in hand
60.
to the 4-2 win. It'll be his third win of the day, and it'll put him in very good stead in this Group A. Double 10. Wraps it up.
He's
been good on that target
Mambi.
today, even if Tops hasn't correlated for him. And for Charlie Mambi, that's a third win from 4. He's looking in very good shape in this Group A.
Has he just burned a dart?
$61.
Well, now it actually makes a
Neil,
difference
you require
because Duff
57.
can only get 2 darts at double.
Is this the turning point of the contest?
Game
Because
shot
Duff
the fifth
gets
egg.
the
Neil
break
Duff.
and now has the darts to win it.
He's in a good position to win this game and put McDonald on the skewer.
140.
Well, you can tell
Neil,
that
you
the
require
frustration's
80.
really beginning to boil over for Ronan. Neil Duff now looking at 80 for a 4-2 win. But slip with dart 1 means that he needs to find a trouble with dart 2. That's exactly what he does. It's double
Game
11.
shot and the
And it's a
match. Neil
4-2
Duff.
win for Neil Duff. And it's another tidy display. The Summer Invitational Trophy. Anyway, Gavlas is left tops after 12 for the break and a 3-1 lead. And if he gets it, he'll have
Adam,
the
you
darts in the
require
next to round the
40.
job off.
Double 10.
Game
Yeah,
shot
very
the fourth
good. Always
egg.
like to
Adam
see somebody
Gablas.
hitting the top 25% of double 10. It's the right place to aim.
PT
Conan Whitehead
require
stared down the lens and everybody
125.
wanted to do that. Now everybody wants to lean on the table.
Well, not to be for Auri, and so Gavlas has an
75.
opportunity to
Adam,
finish
you
the
require
job off.
79.
79 points away from a 4th consecutive win. And it would mean that the worst case scenario for him overnight would be 8 points. Again, averaging way in excess of 90, just under 95 at this present moment in time. And he's got 2 darts in his hand, a double 11 to round
Game
it off
shot
with a
and the
14
match, Adam
darter.
Gavlas.
It's another really good display from Adam Gavlas, who is playing some tremendous stuff.
32.
Extremities of the day are just beginning to take its toll a little bit.
180.
But
Ronan, you
fair
require
play.
88.
Maxi there for Pulson. The bullseye.
63.
That's not too far away. That was a
Ivan, you
well
require
thrown dart.
61.
Line was okay. Length just a bit above.
Double top.
Game
Oh, it's
shot
a
in the
great
third leg.
conversion
Ivan
from the Dane.
Springborg Pulson.
The max to set up that 3 dart kill.
$100.
What is it somebody
Ronan, you
said in a
require
Jerry
56.
Bruckheimer film once? We gots to get paid.
Game shot in the 5th leg. Ronan McDonald.
Somebody's just been paid.
Payback, potentially for Ronald McDonell, who is
Sixth
still
leg is Ivan
trying
throw
to work
first.
out
Game up.
what has happened to him.
Ronan, you
Victor
require
Hovland
100.
at the minute.
He's Norwegian. That's 2.
60. Ivan, you require 40.
Everything happens in 3s.
Game shot in the 6th
And
leg.
here we have
Ivan
3-3.
Springborg Pulson.
So everything does happen in 3s until the next leg is won.
It wouldn't surprise me if Ronald's the type that played something like rugby as a younger man.
Not really up on
78.
Danish rugby.
Ronan, you
if I'm
require
honest.
90.
We're up on stuff like this.
Game shot. and the
Hallelujah!
match. Ronan McDonald.
He's won a game! And he's hit a double at the first time of asking. 2 legs in a row as well. So he has something to cheer about as he leaves the stage. This is what's so great about having people travel from all over the world to here. Because it educates you that not everybody behaves the same. Not everybody plays the game the same. You go to New Zealand, you go to Australia, you go to Africa, South America, North America,
100.
all over the world. They play this game differently. People behave differently. Oh, can you imagine? If he hits a 9
140.
darter this week, something will implode.
I could already hear the tapping of the keyboard in the social media room in this building about a
100.
Peter Achuri 9 darter.
What is possible right now, considering his scoring power, is a 3-1 lead. Look at this!
165.
It's not going to be a 9 darter, but it could be a 10.
Well, this is exactly what happened in the last leg of the World Cup final
90.
last night.
Peter, you require 16.
16 left after 9. And is it going to be taken out in 11?
Game
Yes,
shot
it
at
is.
fourth leg, Peter Achuri.
And that is the joint best leg of the day. And that is a 3-1 lead for Peter Achuri, who at this present moment in
Fifth
time
leg, it's Peter
is
to
averaging
throw first.
101.59. And that is a look of a man who's had a very trying day.
The speech bubble from Champagne right there was one of, who invited this guy?
140.
Well, Charlie Mambi's averaging 89 but getting no change. Achuri 103.48.
99.
Do you know what the African record is for an average? It's a little bit more than 106.
140.
Simon Adams has had a 107, I believe.
58.
He had 107.34, 14 dart game.
Devin Peterson has, in PDC darts, had 113 in a loss.
140.
It's been relentless from Achuri. If anything, this average is continuing to climb.
It's 106.75. It was an 11 dart in the
98.
previous leg. It
Peter,
could be
you require
back-to-back
81.
11s to win this contest. Double 12. What
Game
a
shot
performance
and the
of
match,
Peter
Peter
Achuri.
Achuri.
An average of 105.64 and a demolition of Charlie Mambi, saving his very best until the very last. He loves his times, he loves his games on this stage, and that is the best performance we've seen from him here at the Live Lounge.
The biggest finish
106.
of the day on tops for 160. This is a 160 the other way around.
Shoal 18. Would have given him a double 16, so Duff to move back in front and for the
56.
fifth
Neil, you
consecutive
require
holder throw
16.
double 8.
Game shot.
And he finds double 8 the way that Gurney did yesterday. It doesn't win Duff the match, but it does give him an excellent chance of just that.
Sixth leg, it's Adam to throw first.
To that, he was punching it around about 18 months ago when he really was at the peak of his powers in this building. And a change of equipment, a change of setup. Well, it looks like it's yielding the results. And it looks like
43. Neil,
it's
you
going to
require
yield in Adam
35.
Gavlas losing his first game of the day. You can see the steely-eyed determination in the face of Neil Duff
Game
as he
shot
picks
and the
up
match,
a
Neil
fourth
Duff.
win of the day. And he does so in some style. Average just under 94, 4 from 6 on his doubles. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. The first day's worth of play in this Group A has come to an end. And before the break, Neil Duff got the better of Adam Gavlas by 4-8-2. That means that Gavlas is not going to complete the card on the first day's worth of play. Him and Neil Duff both tied on 8 points, respectively, at the top of the group. We can have a look at that now for you. Gavlas from Duff. And it's Peter Achuri in third place. Charlie Mambi missed an opportunity to move on to 8 points.